Hello, this is Jeff again with a quick video of progress of the Enterprise-E, and as you can see, she's actually completed. She's built, and I am very pleased with the results. I'm very pleased with the look. I'm very pleased with all of it. And yes, as you can see, I'm back in the bathroom for this video. That's mainly because in here I can get it totally dark, and there are reasons why I want to have it totally dark here. So going on with a couple of changes that I made on the model. Alright, a couple of things that I've done, rather, I say I was going to do, which for the most part was for the pylons. So it's saying I want to get those a little bit more sturdy than they were, because they were really flimsy. So I did go through, cut the channel out at the get me a nice little strip of metal, which old pair of glasses, you know, like I said, it's modeling on a budget. You build them with whatever you can get your hands on. It's not always coming from a store, something new. So it was an old pair of glasses. They had thin wire frame, cut parts of that out and threw them in there, the length of the pylon. You know, not as rigid as I would want them to be, but they're a whole lot better than what they were. So that's great. As I said, I've gone through and got everything added on. So that being said, the photo edge parts for this model kit were really cool. As you can see here in the impulse engine, have that painted black, got that included on there as well. So there's no dry brushing on the raised parts, trying to get it the look that it was in the movie. Have that thrown in there. And of course, once everything is painted, said and done, it's just going to look awesome. And the other thing too I was wanting to have on the kit was all of my clear parts to be actually clear. So was successful in achieving that. I'm very pleased with it. Very pleased with it. This is a beautiful model kit, and made quite a bit of progress. Yeah, it's hard to stop once you get started on building on this model kit. And drilling out all these windows, it was a little bit of a tedious task, but I'm very pleased because I only broke one, well, 2 drill bits, but one of them was smaller than what it needed to be, so it was kind of an experimental. So it got sacrificed for the glory of the Enterprise. So got that taken out. And one other thing I did, seeing as how this is the AMT round 2 kit, was I balanced the left and right windows right here and right here. And for some odd reason, on the AMT kit, these windows right here, just that one little section, they're not included on the kit. So what I did was, with the PNT decals, it comes with those windows as a decal that you put on there. Of course, that would be for someone who's not lighting it, but if you already use it as a template and cut out the ones that need to be there, that's exactly what I did. So so I have that balance. So I went ahead and got those on there. So you can see, even in the primer coat, this starship is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Enterprise-E is absolutely gorgeous. And it's even more gorgeous when the lights are on. So let's just go ahead, skip right to that. No, it's usually what everybody's wanting to see is when it's all lit up. So we shall kick to that, and you will see the rest of the updates, what we did, and changes being made. Of course, we've got the lighting coming in through the windows on the saucer. Awesome. It's just 7. I'll say 0.5, because this 3mm light right here, which I'm using for the spotlight, it helps to illuminate just a little bit. Just a little bit. But we just have 7. And technically, if you can look hard enough, you kind of can see where they are. But beyond that, you know, every window on this model is cut out, including the addition, like I said. It's looks great when it's on, and like I said, with the impulse engines, you know, can see that grill in there slightly. when everything's said and done, cut on. In here, I need to go in and change that. That just turned out quite ugly. The lighting on the inside of the upper flight deck here of the shuttle bay is always a different color from the rest of the windows. It always looks kind of reddish, copperish when you look in there when you're watching Nemesis. I know some people don't want to be tortured with that. I actually find it a great movie for the emotional aspect and the Enterprise, and which is well, I'm of course doing this after, so I need to watch it. Have everything sanded down, puttied up. Not sanded as much as I'm going to have it, but we're getting there. And those of you who are noticing on the front end in the Bussard collectors, I have gone through and added a little bit extra in the form of a 3mm blinking LED. They since they had a flash blink to a fast blink to them, I want to go ahead and just throw them in there. It was just perfect when I saw it, and the fact that the nacelles, how they're put together, if you watch video number 2, it's not difficult. If something goes on with them, like a bulb goes out or something, I need to replace it. That's not hard to do. That's not hard to do, because it'd be very noticeable. The bulb goes out, which it shouldn't. They're LEDs. They last for a long time, but just in case, you never know. But I went ahead and added those in there. They actually, even though they're the same, they're out of the same bag of LEDs. The blinking is different. It gets a little bit different. So they alter up. Like right now they're switching. Then it seems like they'll come back together again and they blink at the same time. There's no circuit required for that, of course. Anything at all, the blinking is built right into the LED. Going down to the bottom of the ship, of course we have the Navi deflector, and I got the photo etch part located in that as well, and you can see the detail is absolutely crisp and amazing. There are some gaps that it accidentally filled up with paint that I need to go through and get out with the pointy end of the hobby knife, and we'll be taking care of that shortly. And as well, we have the spotlight on the bottom of the model as well. I think those spotlights are just awesome. Of course, when you see those shots on Nemesis, you can actually see where the lighting is like punching the front of the camera when she's doing some of the moves, and that's the look I want. And I didn't want to use Raytheon. I knew I wanted to do an actual spotlight. I wanted it to have the look of light reflecting off of the hull, because it's more realistic. In my opinion, it's way more realistic. So that being said, let's kill the lights and see what this looks like in total darkness. And there we have it. I mean, wow. Talk about a city in space. And you can really see the Bussard collectors just blinking away back there. Definitely, not a lava look, but it is a little bit of life, and allow you to see exactly, well, not, to an extent, of the effect that actually goes on within the Bussard collectors on the Enterprise-E. The photo etch parts going down the warp grills here were a little bit tricky, a little bit hard to do. The ones on the insides did turn out quite well. On the interiors of the nacelles, those turned out quite well. I need to pull the ones off on the exterior and clean them up again and get them back reattached so that they line up. And then that coupled with painting the center strip on the warp nacelles will turn out to be quite glorious in my opinion. So as you can see, as I was saying with the impulse engines, the photo etch parts that go on the impulse engines are smaller than the actual clear part itself. So gonna have to go through and do just a little bit of putty around there to fill those gaps, and just a little bit of light blocking and get that taken care of and get it cleaned up. So, but this model kit, it is fun. It is it starts to go fast once you start working out all of your problems and situations with, like for me, the spotlights, which I want to have on there. Getting those included on there. Wanting to have all of my clear parts actually clear. So, you know, none of them were painted. So getting the color LEDs where they need to go and blocking them off so that none of the color lighting is bleeding into your white lighting for the windows. That was fun. Cardboard was used in the making of that. And then, of course, like I said, the mighty spotlights on the front of this starship. You know, those will look cool when they're illuminating the registry. They will look cool when they're illuminating the registry. Well, that is it for now. All you out here building models, keep going, keep building them. It is, as I always say, extremely fun, extremely relaxing. I'm gonna have another video coming up here, which probably be up on the site before this one is, but it's very different. For me, discusses a couple of things that wouldn't expect to hear, but I want to put it out there not only for modeling community, but for just the community as a whole as well. So that's it for now, as I said. This is Jeff again, finishing up this Enterprise.